We currently cover nearly 220 companies across Australia and New Zealand, as well as 45 hybrid credit securities. We aim to cover nearly all of the ASX 100, most of the ASX 200, for instance, we currently cover about 83% of that index, and the majority of the NZX 50. Outside of those indexes, we typically will cover small cap companies that we think might offer an economic moat, have an interesting research angle, or in some way add to our knowledge of our other coverage. We don't cover most small cap companies outside of the ASX 200 because in many cases we don't see them as investable, perhaps due to liquidity concerns or real questions around the business model in the long run. We also don't typically see many economic moats in these small cap companies. In many cases, they haven't built up sustainable competitive advantages. At the heart of our analysis is a twofold process. First, we aim to determine if the company is a high-quality company as determined by our economic moat rating. And then we aim to determine if the company is a high-quality investment as determined by our fair value estimate compared to the market price. The economic moat rating is our measure of a company's sustainable competitive advantage, which we define as an ability to generate return on invested capital above the weighted average cost of capital over a multi-year period. For narrow moat companies, we're looking for ROICs above WACC for at least 10 years. And for wide moat companies, we're looking for that spread at least 20 years. Ultimately, we rate wide moat companies as typically our highest quality firms. For companies' fair value estimates, we project the firm's future cash flows and discount it back to today. We're trying to understand if the market is currently offering a decent rate of return versus what we see as the value in the stock. We compare the market price to the fair value estimate to get a market price to fair value ratio, and then depending on the uncertainty rating, generate different recommendations. On Advisor Research Center, our research is available through a variety of different products and platforms. First and foremost is our company reports, which have our analysis on the company's strategy, the economic moat, and our opinion on the current valuation. You'll also find on Advisor Research Center our stock analyst notes, which provide timely updates to our analysis or market-moving reactions. You'll also see a variety of tools, including our preferred stock list, our stock screeners, and videos. And then you'll see special reports, which dive deeply into different company and industry factors. We have a great equity research team here in Australia. Including myself, there are 14 equity analysts, a hybrid credit analyst, and a handful of associate analysts that help with our work. Each analyst covers 15 to 20 companies and approaches the research from a variety of backgrounds, including finance, law, and in many cases, the industries in which they're covering. Importantly, our collaboration and willingness to challenge each other really adds value to the process and what we do. We share our thoughts, our ideas, our opinions, and that thoughtful disagreement can often lead to better outcomes for investors.